Welcome back. Apart from set-top boxes and other such hardware, content is going to be a major issue. Do you think that Nigeria has an appreciation of the task at hand?
Appreciation, yes. The daunting tasks and the challenges that comes with it are probably not as appreciated, because for you to produce a content, you need money. Ask Nollywood producers how much their actors and actresses get, and upload that onto the demands of content. When you will have multiple channels, it will mean you will have the need for multiple producers, multiple directors, multiple cameramen, multiple sound engineers, multiple this, multiple that. And of course, it will generate employment. It will be the second, probably, it will be the biggest net employer of labor eventually, the broadcast industry, when this whole issue of digitization is unleashed. All right? But then, whether we have trained capable hands to appreciate the challenge and go for it is another thing altogether. I think we need a lot of awareness. We must expand the horizon of knowledge in broadcasting by way of equipping and preparing mass communication departments in tertiary institutions, by ensuring that the TV College in Jos and the Nigerian National Broadcast Academy in Shogunle, and all other training outlets really that will prepare young minds, professionals, to not necessarily take over, but to come on board and help the like of quality minds on the job like you to take us to the next level. I think if we address that, then we'll be seen to be going pari passu. We'll be seen to be going in order, and there won't be much headache. But in the coming years, we'll see what happens now that the cutover date has been shifted, like you did observe in your earlier presentation. I mean, in your opening remark, has been shifted to 2018. I hope we will take advantage of the gestation period, the interregnum, to ensure that we put our house in order. And the first point in doing that, in my view, is to ensure that the NBC is encouraged and supported to ensure that we are online.
Still talking about digital broadcasting, with the expected multiplicity of channels, how can we ensure that standards are maintained, and how can we ensure that the 70% local content rule is enforced?
I still believe, I am a stickler for, rules of the game, not necessarily over regulation, but ensuring that the rules of the game, the basic norms of accepted professional conduct, decorum, and behavior are observed. And in doing so, to ensure that we engage everybody. We mentor the young ones. I want to see broadcasters that will rise and shine beyond those of my generation, our generation. When that happens, it tells you that the industry is growing bigger and finer. But when some of us refuse to mentor the young ones and we leave the scene, you discover that it is always garbage in. Not necessarily garbage out, but garbage in and garbage in. And the nation will suffer for it. So my own take is to ensure that broadcasters, radio, television, Nollywood producers and directors, the National Broadcasting Commission, and all eggheads in the industry, I think we need to have a session to brainstorm, to set out a kind of roadmap on issues of content vis-a-vis the challenges of digitization, to identify syndicate groups or create them that will take care of content on the news platform, content on different genre of programs, and content on, radio aspect of programming and what have you, so that you now channel the energies and resources towards, ensuring that the different modules that you're going to set up have relevant and requisite people with cognate experience, in those aspects of broadcasting. If we are able to aggregate all this, then you'll discover that the issue of content, will be gradually and effectively addressed. But if we, digitization without content really will be a huge crisis. Nobody wants to pray for it.
Have you received any updates on the NBC 200 billion naira broadcasting fund, and how is the FRCN likely to benefit from that?
I am salivating because I have a lot of, we have a lot of challenges. And when that fund comes, really it will help significantly. It will leapfrog Radio Nigeria into, to the next level of broadcasting. We can do with any fund, Modele, because right now the horizon is getting bigger, the challenges are getting more daunting, and the tasks are really, really staring us in the face. The broadcast industry needs funding to be able to compete with, the services in other parts of the world. The world needs our content. You can export sports, you can export news, you can export other aspects of programming. The Nollywood, for instance, programs all over the world are becoming popular. So I believe we can leverage on that and have a backbone that will compete with what we have today. And that can only be possible if there is extra funding to help in whatever way that can be achievable.
Tell me about the proposed FRCN network and how it will impact broadcasting and information dissemination in Nigeria.
Oh, positively, absolutely positively. It will be, I hate to use the phrase, the game changer. It will definitely give a lot of momentum and in the coming years radically transform the character of Radio Nigeria that we used to know and we still do. We want a one-stop shop radio station that wherever you are in this country, you should be able to tune to it and get news about your country. This is what Radio Nigeria, was set up to do, to broadcast on the short wave and medium wave, because these are the channels, the frequencies that can take you further so that you will have national unity, cohesion, and integration. The starting point, Modele, for me, is to have the enabling environment and to, give a lot of tutelage professionally to reporters, producers, and all the arrowheads in the system that are germane to the development of that channel. So what we've done in Abuja at our headquarters was to create a newsroom which, at the risk of sounding like an ego trip, there's nothing like it today in Nigeria. We have the finest radio newsroom in the country today, fully loaded with computers, online, real-time, paperless. The whole idea is to bring broadcasting alongside, global best practices. And if we are the largest network of, largest radio network in Africa, and indeed we are, then we must set the best practice for others to follow.
We have to take another break now. We ask that you please join us again.